Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. I'm just waiting for a couple people to come in. So I got I got something to tell y'all. Y'all see the title, we old and got. We still getting got. We still getting got, y'all. Wow, I just wait for a couple more people to come in because I don't want to have to constantly repeat myself and all this stuff. Y'all go ahead and hit the thumbs up button when y'all come in. I appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up button. Hit the thumbs up button. Hey PNG, welcome, 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 sir. PNG ain't been doing no live screen, so it's like it's like when I see you come in with your wrench, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a live screen. He get to do what he do. But yeah, y'all, I'm waiting. Let's see, DSB, hey, Tiki Lynn, hey, honey bun. PNG, RMB, look, wait, RMB. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, 19 people in here, so let me tell you. Okay, so backtrack just a little bit. Y'all know I have the second channel. I took all the gardening over there. So this is gonna tie in both ways, okay? It's gonna tie in both ways. I've been growing food and gardening for a long time. I'm 37 years old, but I've been doing this ever since a child, learning about gardening. I'm not new to it. I just do my thing in a different way. I don't do all this extra that they say do. Y'all know, if y'all been following me, you know. Okay, I try things people say do. It don't work for me. And I feel like it's because that's what people do from, you know, what Google say and all that type of stuff. This growing season, if y'all on the Amazing Grace Garden, my gardening channel, I've been saying some ain't right, some ain't right. Y'all know I've been getting a lot of my starts. I've been buying starts, okay? And I'm like, some ain't right, some ain't right. Like, and then it hit me. I started watching some of my plants. Around this time of the growing season, I have an abundance of food growing. And I started watching my plants. I know 1 or 2 days I didn't get out here to water like I should, but that ain't gonna do what these plants are doing. That ain't gonna make a difference 1 or 2 days, okay? So I started looking, I'm like, okay, that white butterfly, kill it. Kill her. You with the stick. It's got to go. Sorry y'all. That white butterfly. But anyway, so I have been looking at my plants and I'm like, wait a minute. Something ain't right. They stun it and they produce and that's it. And someone was like, you know what that is. That's a determinate plant. Most of the time when people think about determinate plants, they only think about tomatoes. That's not, no. You have peppers, eggplants, and squash plants that can be determinate. So a lot of times, a lot of people, especially new growers, and like I don't even need to be talking about this like this over here, but it's going to tie into for this channel. We think we doing something wrong with our plants, and our plants is doing what they supposed to do. Give you what it's going to give you and die off. See, when I go to the store, I stop buying the bunny plants and I go to the nursery. There is no information about what type of plant it is when I go to the nursery. It just say crook neck squash or straight neck squash or whatever. So I'm like, wait a minute, y'all know I bought a lot of starts. Nothing to the nursery, but I'm just saying, I don't know where they getting their seeds from or whatnot. So I'm looking, I'm like, these tomato plants is doing great. These tomato plants is growing like this. My squash plant, I pulled up some squash plants. I thought the vine borer had got to it, not thinking. A lot of my plants, they just died. Wasn't nothing in there. They wasn't nothing that indicated a vine borer. They gave me 1 or 2 squash and died. And I'm like, I know good and well. Then it made sense. I don't know if it's the seeds being affected because we got all these recalls that's going on. First of all, our food is being affected. Just think about it. We've been talking about when we buy food out of the store, like produce and stuff, it's not lasting long. You maybe can get a day out of it before it starts spoiling. This produce. There are so many recalls. Stuff all the way down to black pepper recalled. So many recalls, okay, on our food. A lot of people is growing food, all right? A lot of people that got into the habit of growing their own food. They see it in the sales of seeds. They see it in the garden equipment and everything like that. They know, they see that people are growing their own food. Where I messed up is not starting my stuff from seeds, because I'm looking at a couple plants that I gotta take up that I know for sure got to be a determinate plant, and you not gonna know until it start growing if it's not put on a label. But a lot of people stops when it comes to indeterminate. So let me just tell you, a determinate plant is going to, I look at it like this: determined. It's going to give you what it's going to give you, and it's going to die off no matter what. That's just the nature of it. An indeterminate plant is going to keep producing and producing and producing until the season is up to, you know, fall come or whatever the case may be. It's going to keep producing. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on with the garden and a lot of us that may be buying seeds. That may be not buying seeds, that may be buying starts. And you know, I said go to the nurseries because I've never had this issue. Never had this issue. And it won't get me again. I'm going to go back. I have abundance of seeds. Abundance of seeds. Everything that I started from seed is producing. It ain't stopping. And I'm like, wait, this is the same backyard getting the same amount of watering that everything else. Why are some of these plants stopping after it yields a harvest? Makes sense now. Okay? So I got a lot of, so if y'all are growing food, okay, and you done bought starts, and you know, as a gardener, you gotta be confident. That's where a lot of people mess up. You got to be confident, okay? Now, like I say, the garden stuff is on Amazing Grace Garden, but I had to bring it over here for this live stream to let you see, okay, what's going to happen if they selling you determinate plants and you think it's you. When that plant give you what it's going to give you and die off, and you don't know about a determinate plant, you're going to go back and buy more plants. Spending more money, buying more plants. That is filling the pockets of the people that you buying the plants from. So I'm not saying that the nurseries are doing it on purpose. When you get a seed and it's labeled one way, you really don't know until that plant grows. You don't know if it's the truth. Now, I love the nursery I go to, but I do know this growing season, the plants has been different for me. You know, it's not the same. But it goes hand in hand with our seeds being our seeds not true seeds. And they're being shipped to nurseries and stuff, and you know, so what do we do about it? We already know our food system is taking a hit. Most of you that is aware, you already know that. We're taking a big hit. So, what came to me is, MGL, you got to step up your game. You got to step up your game. And I've been trying to get my daughter's graduation stuff out of the way. I'm ready to step up my game. With all my prepping, all this stuff going on with Russia and stuff, I don't trust them people. I do not trust what that man get up there and say. He changed his story saying he gonna do this, he ain't gonna do that. He constantly, it's like a game to them. I don't have time to play games with these people. And the minute our food resources and stuff is down because somebody that did something crazy, a lot of people gonna have issues, you know. Not saying that'll save everybody, but it may get us a little further than where we are without having anything, okay? So, what I'm finna do is go back to what I used to do. The plants that I know are good, I'm going to go back to ordering from Baker Creek Seeds. That is my go-to seed. I never have an issue with them. They are heirloom seeds. So I never have had an issue with Baker Creek. So I'm going to go back to getting my stock up. This stuff in the store, the seeds in the stores, I got a lot of those. I've never had an issue with the seeds in the store, like Farrah Morris, all them, Burpee. I never had an issue with them. I got an abundance of seeds, but I'm just going to go back to getting more and more and more seeds, you know, that I can start on my own. Also, another thing we need to do is make sure we are harvesting our own seeds out of the garden. When you get a tomato that you know that plant is really, really good, this, that, and the other, when you save some of them seeds, put them to the side on a paper towel, whatever, rinse them off, you know, with a paper plate or something, rinse them off, get them clean, put them on a paper towel, let them dry out. Put them in a Ziploc bag, the little old bitty baggies, and label it. Start keeping you some seeds. I have grown some things in the garden from my own seeds. Well, I did just what I told you. That way we know, because we're going to need them. At the end of the day, no matter how you look at it, no matter how much you say, oh, it's fear, are you crazy for thinking like this, it's part of being responsible. Especially as an adult, it's part of being responsible. You cannot continue to rely on other human beings to be your resource for everything. When it's stuff you know that you need, you cannot rely on these people. It's not really their responsibility to take care of a grown person who has responsibilities of their own. Okay? The world is the way it is. It's just how it is. It's not. So if you're able to grow your own food, grow it. I have to start some seeds. With me having to take up a lot of stuff, and I know far as I did a video where I had to get rid of my greens. And that was on me. I didn't bring out I'm going to admit if it was on me. I didn't bring out the stuff that I needed to keep them daggone bugs away. And I know in my backyard, cabbage do not go well. They don't. And I've said it for years, and I keep bringing something dealing with a cabbage to my backyard. So that's my fault. But what's not my fault is how these plants is growing. They got their own type of genetics that ain't right. Something ain't right, okay? So I'm not gonna cry over that. I'm gonna pull them up, and I'm gonna drop seeds that I know is good. I'm gonna drop probably a lot of beans, because we're in June. I'll probably drop a lot of beans. Man, my squash plants. Man, y'all know, if y'all go back to the playlist on this channel, Gardening 22, if you go to my home page for Mississippi Girl Life, click on playlist and go to Gardening 2020 and Gardening 2021, you're going to see how I grow food. You're going to see the abundance of food that I grow when I grow each season. Something ain't right. I had squash plant that gave me one squash and died off. One squash and died off. Zucchini barely made it and died off. Like, not you did something to it. No, it died off. Started turning yellowing, no matter how much fertilizer, no matter how much water. And I didn't overwater, you know, I spaced things out. I know how to do it. And it was no helping. It just, no. And so it had to be a determinate squash plant. A lot of people, like I said, when they hear determinate or indeterminate, they think about tomatoes. No, there are peppers and squash, and beans, peas, plants that are determinate. You want indeterminate, okay? So, hey, Dragon Queen number 1, I dropped a lot of beans. Yes. And normally I would do that, and I've been saying I need to drop beans, I need to drop beans, I need to drop beans, I need to drop more beans, and I haven't. So a lot of these buckets that I pulled up that had squash and stuff in it, I'm finna grow a lot of beans. A lot of beans. String beans. String beans don't bother me. It's when you start getting into pinto beans and stuff like that. So I'm gonna drop today a lot of beans, y'all. Got to. This is part of knowing your garden, learning your garden, knowing your plants, so you will know, what you need. But we don't talk too much about gardening over here, okay? That is on Amazing Grace, okay? I may go live over there after I finish this one, just to go in depth about the gardening. But over here, I said all that to say, to let you know that they messing with our food every which way we go. Let's do all these recalls. They probably done stocked up on some of this stuff. Tell them something wrong with it. They go throw it away. Everybody want to grow their own food. We can't have that, because if we grow our own food, that means we ain't going in the store buying this stuff, and it's taxed and all that, and money going everywhere else that don't even benefit us. It's about controlling. Some of these companies want to give you what they want to give you, and then have you to come back and they make it more. Some of these people want to control what you eat, how you eat, and just everything. So to me, you ask me, it go hands in hands. You can go ahead and we've been getting got. Just what the title say, we have been getting got. Okay. We have gotten got over and over and over. And I know some of you had talked about something was wrong with the seeds, like last year sometime. That something was wrong with seeds. You got to be careful with what seeds you get and all that. And that's why I say, some of these nurseries and places that have... Can't nobody kill this butterfly. Yeah, I told you to kill it, because she gonna come back. Wait till she land, and please get rid of her. If you can't, I'll get her when I come down there. Yeah, I got a big one. She land. I got one the other day. That's another one out here. Because I know the one I got the other day, she... No. She wasn't, Yeah, I know she was done. It's another big one out here. And they lay them eggs. Them eggs, that worms and stuff that be tearing up your stuff. You gotta get rid of the white butterfly. Alright? So, and I normally don't have issue. I think a couple years, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I had an issue with the white butterfly. And then it dipped. I didn't have no more of them. And then just recently, I'm having the issues back with them again. So, yeah, so that's what I wanted to come over here and tell y'all. We getting got every which way. Every which way. From every angle, if you actually look at it. Somebody in the comments was talking about the black pepper recall. I saw it. I saw the black pepper recall, and I'm just like... But it's more seasonings, too, that was recalled. It's everything. Cucumbers, everything. Produce, everything. And it's just like, how in the world... So many recalls around the same time. It's just... S. Smith, when you tell that to the white butterfly that laying eggs and doing... I don't know what your reason to say it's not good to kill butterflies, but the white butterfly in my garden got to go, okay? Got to go. Alright, I don't know what your reasons is, but... gotta go, okay? If you using it for superstitious reasons, I don't believe in it. I don't know what your reason is, but she got to go, okay? Because she's harming my garden, all right? So, but every which way we turn, there are so many recalls about everything, on everything, and it's mainly our food source, Everything is going to get worse, unfortunately, even if you're not religious. There is a book that talks about the future. Everything is going to get worse. The last days. We're living in the last days. The Bible is fulfilling itself. It just is what it is. So, um, it just is what it is. And the way people are in the last days, 2 Timothy 3:1-5. 2 Timothy 3:1-5 will explain it to you. That's why it's no, I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked. I'm not shocked at what I see and what I hear of what goes on in the news. I'm not shocked. Be careful with that. I'm not shocked. Our food. Yeah, and we got to stock as much as we can, you know, inside our homes. We got to stock as much as we can because they control what's in our food, how much our food is, all that. Those of you that's coming in, I'm seeing some names I'm not familiar with. If you are not on my Amazing Grace Garden channel, go ahead and go over there. PNG, are you still in the live stream? Let me know, PNG, if you're still in the live stream. PNG. If y'all not on that channel, if you're not on that channel, please go over there because that's where all my garden stuff gonna be. We'll talk more in depth about this situation. Like, I'm just looking at some of my plants. I can tell something ain't right. With them, I'm gonna go more in depth, but it's preserving food as much as possible, growing our food and preserving food as much as possible. I will be preserving food on this channel, but y'all, yes, Tina, them things is ridiculous. They are ridiculous. Lay so many eggs everywhere. So I will be showing you, I will be preserving food over here. For anybody that's interested, the channel is, I mean, look, I'm growing and changing with the times. Okay. As I see things that I'm just not happy with, it's making me change and go harder and harder. And I'm not where I need to be when it comes to my supplies, when it comes to my preserving. I got something that y'all not going to expect. Y'all probably ain't going to never have expect me to do over here, but it's got to be done. Okay, we got to make sure that we have what we need as much as possible, and knowing what's in it, you know. Once somebody has said one time, once they control our food and water, they got you. And that's what's happening. If your meat don't got a bone, leave it alone. Because it's probably grown in the lab. It's probably grown in the lab. Let me see y'all comments real quick. I think PNG must have left out. Okay, so Amazing Grace Garden. I was going to have him to put the link in here. Amazing Grace Garden. If you are not over there, go over there because that is where I'm sharing. It's a lot of people saying, oh, I didn't know you had a second channel. The reason why you haven't saw gardening over here is because I moved it to a channel by itself. One of the reasons is a lot of people complained about they don't garden. And, you know, it will be my preppers. And I did a video the other day about this. It'll be my preppers that say they don't garden. So if you are a prepper and you don't grow your own food, what are you doing? Like, especially if you're able to grow your own food and you don't. Hey, Rodriguez Perry. What's up? If you don't grow your own food, then what are you doing? You know, and you're a prepper. We're gonna need to grow it and preserve it. Grow it. What are you canning it? What are you dehydrating it? What are you freezing it, you know. So we're gonna have to do it, because spending money just on food and stuff just for it to be recalled, that's a lot. I understand that there are some things we got to go to the store and get, like, you know, milk and stuff like that. But the things that we don't have to do, our seasonings, you can grow your herbs and dry your own herbs and make your own seasoning, you know. You may have to buy salt, but a lot of the other things you can actually grow. It'll save money. And not only that, if you have an area where you know is locally farmers or whatnot, you know the produce is good, and they have those sales, get that stuff and preserve it at home. If you're not growing or don't have the means to grow, get what you can and preserve it at home. Get it while it's at its lowest and preserve it at home. You got 3 different ways to do it: canning it, dehydrating it, freezing it. You choose which one you want to do, which one is best for you. But people in high places will sit back, know, and watch what we do far as getting things to grow. Look, some people say, oh, well, they watch the videos and see that how many people is growing food and all this, that, and stuff. That may be true, but they can look at the sales on stuff and know that a lot of people is buying this and what. That's like telling your enemy your move. Your enemy know how to go around it. So we telling people to grow food and to stock up, and it's being played. The way people is going around it is by doing recalls, seeming like what we stocking up, something wrong with it. So there's no way around it. So you just really just got to, the more you do, the more you have of your own, the best it will be when it comes down to it. Let me see some of y'all comments, and then I got to get off in here because I got to get this stuff done in the garden. Yeah, it's a lot. Let's see. All right, let me get to y'all comments real quick. Go back to the top. Put my glasses on because I can't see. And sorry for the lighting, y'all. The sun keep going in and out, so I know it's showing like it's dim. Tiki Land, hey, PNG, DSB. Okay, I read all y'all. Black Guns and Gardens, hey. Cold Red, hey. Tina, they have a lot of GMO seeds out here now. I only buy heirloom seeds and harvest the seeds from them. Yes. We have an awesome nursery close to my house, and they are very strict about seeds they sell and their seedlings. That's great. That is great. GMO plants and seeds can also mess up your soil. Can mess your soil up also. Yep. Dropped a lot of beans. Lullaby baby sensory. Hey, my fruit trees are looking terrible right now. None of my garden did well like the year before. Wow. It's definitely something going on. And I do believe it's the type of plant. Yep. I started my garden because of you. I started seeds because places of starters were $7. Thanks for sharing your struggles. Sorry. Thank you, RMB. We have been set up. Yeah, I see you. Real good. Hello, MGL, everyone in the chat. Hey, Red Lady. Everything is going to get worse. Okay, I read that one. Hey, Ann. Rodriguez. Spoke to you. I said, grow your own food. Okay, you should go to the fabric store and buy some Spare material, include over your cabbage, colors, style. And you know what? I got some, Tina. I just ain't did it. But I done pulled them up because if y'all saw it on the other channel, I did not have time for it. It was too many. Speak the truth, MGL. Thank you for sounding the alarm. You're welcome, Ann. Read that. Everything. Stephanie, MGL. It's been a minute. Encouraged me so much. I keep planting every day. Thank you. You're welcome, Stephanie. If your meat don't got a bone, leave it alone. Hey, curly girl. I will join your other channel also. Thank you, Tina. Yes, I know a lot of y'all don't know that I have another channel. I do post in my community post on this channel. I do share the videos from over there. I don't know if you're getting the notifications or what, but I do have a gardening channel. That's why it's not on this channel no more. They messing with the weather. I'm close to harvesting, but it's missing my heart. Yes, curly girl. Yup. Can't make the link work. The link. Angie. I dehydrated a boatload of bell peppers and chili peppers last year. It was so cool. Yes, I love dehydrating. I do all three. Yes, Dragon Queen number one. Girl, yes, sister. I've been subbed for a while now. My channel name was recently changed. You're the reason I started growing in buckets about the last 2 years. I thank you so much. Very appreciate it. Thank you, Lullaby Baby Sensory. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy growing in buckets. I love it, honey. I love it, love it, love it. Yeah, on your last video, the bugs had a field day in your garden. Walmart has dusters called Dust Mister for sale. I got one and used it to spread my food grade DE. Much easier. I need to get me another one. I think I have one, V-neck Queen Solo. I have one, but it kept getting clogged on me. So I'm going to see the one that you're talking about at Walmart and see if it'll be better. Because, oh my goodness, yes. And it, like I said, it was my fault. I did not get out there and put the food grade diatomaceous earth, in case anybody wondering what that is. I did not go out there to put it down. It was my fault. It was my fault with that one. Tweet, hey, as Smith said, will you ever go back to doing your skits? They were so funny. Probably not, and the reason because is we got more serious things, and I'm gonna be focused on getting people to prepare more, and so I won't have time to be doing the skits or whatnot. I'm trying to bring this channel back to what's very important, and that's prepping. That's prepping and being prepared and being aware. You know, I feel what I'm gonna start looked at over this channel. There's a season for everything, and I feel like I'm out of that season. I'm out of that season of, you know, I'm back into the season for preparedness has come back because of what's going on. I don't know if y'all are paying attention to these other countries and things that's going on, but you got to understand. I'm trying to watch my words because I don't want people being so sensitive about it. Like, not on here, but y'all get what I'm saying. You have to watch what these people is doing. You gotta watch, just like the issue with the Florida coast. If y'all know what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, if you in here, give me a thumbs up. All I'm gonna say, the issue that's been going on with the Florida coast. Give me a thumbs up if you know exactly what I'm talking about. I want to see how many people is aware. You actually know what I'm talking about. Give me a thumbs up. And say I have copied one of your videos from other channel. I have copied one of your videos from other channel. Huh? And I'm lost on that one. I don't understand, honey. Sorry, can't share it. Yeah. Oh, okay. On my walk, girl. Traveling through. I will be posting the date that I will start back the workout with me. Probably gonna be next Wednesday. God say the same is when I will start that back. But I haven't forgot, y'all. Just been busy, and I'm giving myself to next week to start it back up, and hopefully do not stop. Y'all, please keep stocking up and growing your own food. It's so sketchy out here. Yes, Tina. And don't forget to pray over everything you eat and drink. Yes. Tuna and sardines, stock up. I got you. I see you. Okay. So, let's see. When I say Florida Coast, you know. So, Lullaby Baby, no. Dragon Queen, S. Smith, Tina Johnston. Yeah, I know y'all got to move up in elevation. All that cold stuff. Who's going to see? Huh? And say I was trying to share the link, but it won't. Yeah, it won't let y'all do it. I would need either my moderator or I will have to do it. Let me see if I can do it real quick. Red Lady. Hey, I should be able to do it on here. So, when I say that, y'all know what that means. Okay, y'all. That's to me. That's trying to. That's what happened and how close. I think it was part of trying to intimidate, trying to see what would be the cause, what would we do over here if they were to try something, trying to intimidate and get information on the process over here. That was done. That could have been avoided. That was done. That was done for a reason. Let me see. Okay, y'all should see it. I just posted it. I'm pin this message. So that is the link to the Amazing Grace Garden channel. If y'all not over there, because I got a lot of videos that I gotta do, especially about this matter, harvest and different things. So if you're not over there, go over there to that channel. A lot that I have to do out here. I wish I would have caught this before and actually paid attention before, but I had just been busy. So if y'all having this same issue with y'all plants and stuff, it may be just the type of plant that you got, especially if you bought the seeds or whatnot. As for the other thing that's going on, y'all, like we were saying, I thank you, S. Smith. I don't play with those people. I don't. It's not a playing matter, okay? There's a first time for anything and everything. And I can just see the news headline now. And y'all probably, I don't feel like nothing can happen, That's just not me. I don't feel like nothing can happen. And if you biblical in any kind of way, the Bible is fulfilling itself. God don't lie. So how can you say man is gonna be able to capture everything? We even us prepping only that's only gonna go for a certain amount of time. We're not gonna be able to prep everything to have it constantly. You know, we're gonna run out at some point, no matter how much you prep. That's just the logic of it. What is gonna happen, what God has to happen, and how this thing work out, it's going to happen no matter how much we do what. But it'll give us some time. We don't know his plans. We're not him. I suggest don't nobody try to be him and think you know everything. But one thing about it, God told us to prepare. There's different accounts in the Bible that has had people back then to prepare. Okay, different accounts. So same here. I know in my faith there's preparedness list that's sent out. I don't know about nobody else's faith, but I know in my faith there's preparedness lists of things you should have in the case of an emergency. And I'm pretty sure other people probably do have the same thing. We supposed to be prepared. Being prepared and getting things do not have to cause panic. A lot of people want to shift it that way and all that. No, it don't have to cause. It's being smart, and it's realizing that you need to do something to help yourself, you know, and your loved ones, people that you're responsible for. So if people feel like that they should be on this earth just to live, party, and have everybody to do everything for them, then they gonna have a rude awakening. In other countries, they don't have the luxury of that we have. And guess what? They're somewhat better off because they know how to live on the land. They know how to grow food. They know what things that they can use as medicine. They know a lot of stuff because they had to learn those things to survive. They're a lot better off than us that has everything at our hands and feet and dumb in the brain because you don't know how to do anything. You don't know how to do nothing but do what society wants you to do, tell you to do. All this stuff that people do on a daily basis. Now, I'm not saying don't live, have fun, but it comes to a point where fun come last, materialistic stuff come last. You do that stuff when you got your stuff, your ducks in a row. When you got your priorities set first. That's when you can go have fun and do all that. But to have fun and do all this and ain't got yourself together in no kind of way, that's the problem. Your priorities messed up. It just is what it is. Some people may not like me I'm telling the truth. You cannot school nobody else on what they should do, the younger generation, anything like when you're not even doing what you're supposed to. And part of that is, as an adult, is taking care of yourself, making sure that you need food, you need water. You're gonna wait for somebody to give it to you. Look, it may come to a point if something happened. Look how back in 2020 there was limits on stuff. 1 pack of paper towel per person, per household. 1 pack of paper towel. You think if something were to happen, which you can't decide if it will or not. If something were to happen, I can already see it now. 1 case of water per ID. Shoot, they may open the cases up and give you 5 5 bottles per person. You don't know. But 2020 was a prime example because a lot of people, I heard a lot of people say, never would I have thought that we would have been on a lockdown. Well, anything can happen. And it happened, So, another thing. Back then, you had a lot of hot-headed people that did not want to listen, people that wanted to do and exercise their rights, not worried about nobody else's well-being, and still wanted to do what they wanted to do. And an event of how things have advanced and escalated since 2020, them same bull-headed people is going to be the ones you have to go up against to run up in a store to try to get what you need, what you should have already been preparing for. And a lot of people say, oh, my budget. I guarantee you, you got a habit of some sort that you spend money on weekly, if not a daily basics, that you could cut back on. I had this discussion with Oronde one time. He's not into the prep and stuff and all that, so I do it. Y'all already know that. It's cool, it's fine. But, I said, you know what? Because we have a household budget. I'm not going to skimp on something I know that's needed, because there's things that can be. Now, I drink every now and then. He drinks. He smokes cigarettes, legal stuff. Well, hell, it's something. So hello, we can't even do that. So it's he smokes cigarettes. Okay, cigarettes. None of the other stuff, but he drinks. Okay, most I ain't gonna even say that. It just is what it is. Okay, so that's one of the things that if he ever were to say, oh, well, the budget don't allow, I'm like, scale back on your habit. I'm using that as an example. So some of you that know that you may drink, you may smoke cigarettes or whatever floats your boat. Some of them say, I cannot prep. That's why the only reason why I said all that is to use it as an example. Some of them say, I cannot prep. But do you have a habit that you can maybe scale back a little bit? It ain't good for you anyway, but scale back a little bit, and then like I told you, I stopped drinking like I used to back in 2020. Every now and then I tried the beer. I can't do that a day. Y'all remember I can't do that a day because it don't agree with my body. But every other day or whatever, every now and then I can have a beer. My body will do well with it. But I don't drink like I used to. I used to drink every day, have something every day. But even then, I made sure that my ducks was in a row. My priorities was fulfilled first. My important priorities was fulfilled first. So I said all that about our situation. If he ever were to come to me, I'm like, no. Those cigarettes, that's about $5 every other day. Cigars, about, we'll scale back. That's if that were to happen. So you have to look at what is it that you may do that is not so important that will cause you not to get that 5-pound bag of rice, not to get a couple beans, a couple cans of beans, not to buy Tylenol, Advil, a bottle of that, the stash back. Is it anything you can scale back to? You can go to the Dollar Tree and get the antibacterial ointment for cuts and stuff. Is there anything you can do to scale back? There is something that we all can scale back on that's not really important. Are you one of them that's got to have the latest shoes, the latest J's? You got to rock this, you got to rock that. Is it important for you to have the latest J's, or important for you to buy some bread and some items? Because at the end of the day, something happened. You can't eat them Jordans. You can't drink them. Your kids can't eat or drink them. They ain't gonna do nothing if you need some pain meds because you got a headache and you need a pop of Advil or something. They can't give that to you. It's just material. You know what the crazy thing is? Material is in materialistic things. And I'm not saying not to have these things. I'm not saying it at all. But when you go and you spend $400 or $500 on a purse, and you put your stuff in and you go somewhere, you may snag it. That purse tear and it's done. It's material. It's material. Hence, materialistic. Material things. All it is color, fabric, and a design. And you just spent $500+ on that. For what? To show your friends that I'm living this way, that I can afford this? Make that make sense to me. Make that make sense to me. I'm not going to spend my money on something that I can eat and that will nourish my body in an emergency situation, or nourish my kids' body in an emergency situation. No, I'm gonna go spend it on some leather. If it's even that, on some cloth. I'm gonna go and give this money to the maker of this product of fabric of whatever is made out of. I'm gonna give this maker this money. In an emergency situation, I may not have none. But guess what? If I go to this maker's home, of one of their homes or whatever, they probably got a whole room dedicated to food. Their pantry is probably your bedroom, and it's fully stocked. So I just gave you money to continue to stock and do what you do, which may put you in a better situation than I would be in. If I'm down here with hardly nothing, but I helped you get there. Make that make sense to me. That is the mind of society. That is the mind of the world. Because I used to sew. I'm a jack of all trades, many trades. I used to sew and sell merchandise that I sold, pillows and all. There is some beautiful fabric. And ways the lining. Honey, I can make you a purse that'll last longer than that one. I can make you a purse. A pretty one. $10, $15 for the fabric and stuff. It's no different from the type. It's how they sold it. And some of that stuff don't even be sold well. One snag, there's a tear, that's it. It's running. It's pretty much done. It is what it is. But that's the mindset. Meanwhile, these people at other places is sitting up saying they got everything. They got all the resources. They are very wealthy over there. And they stupid on how they use their resources. So if we come in and do this, you know how many people will be where they can't do anything? How much damage we could do if we were to, because we cut off their food source. We make it hard to import a lot of stuff over there. They ain't even got to do nothing drastic. Just it would be where we can't get things imported in here. That would be an issue. Look what was happening with the grains and all that. Things were going up because wheat that was limited. We was getting a lot of that stuff in. And a lot of people like, oh, but we grow a lot of things over here. But we also get a lot of things from other places too. So, yeah. A lot of parts. A lot of machinery parts to run the crops and stuff over here comes from other places. So, you think people ain't sitting back looking at, yeah, and that's the way it be. The people that don't hardly have nothing, they be better off because they have to learn to survive. The people that got everything, that's just like over here. Some of the people that is high and mighty, they are preppy, they was born into money, they have money. A lot of them don't know what to do because they have butlers and stuff. They have people to do everything for them. And when it comes down to it, they don't know what to do. That's the same thing, but it just other places look over here at us like they got all the resources, more than we got over here. And they got people to do everything for them. So they lacking a lot of skills. They lacking a lot of things. But then when you look at inside over here and you look at people that was born into, you know, having people to cater to them and work for them and do all this, they don't know what to do. So it just kind of go down the scale. It just, you know, and a lot of people don't look at what these other places are doing. You have, I just don't get it. I do not get it. You know, it's just like, I don't know. It's, you just, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Um, it's just that a lot of people is going to be caught off guard. You know, a lot of people is going to be caught off guard. It's just what it is. All right, let me see y'all comments and then I'm gonna get off of here. Let me try to catch up. Let me see. Okay, I think I was here. I see you said exactly, because if you trust in the Most High and what He said He's going to do, you should be preparing. Exactly. Stop the distractions and get serious about your livelihood, grandchildren. Charlotte, hey Charlotte. Sees, hey Charlotte. And you think because you're going to work every day and you send your kids to school, you're doing good. Now that was in the commandments. Yeah. Exactly. The earring, no, the earnings that you get for work from now on should be going towards your survival. Have to buy land. Is the only way you can live well. And there, yeah, but a lot of people not gonna do that. They get in, they get into the point to where they're going to stop letting you dig a well your land because control the water. Once they control the water, trying to just say, girl, you hit the nail. I'm just telling the truth. It's water. The next thing, I had a dream. So you're telling the truth. People standing in line for hours for a can of tuna. Then they were, then there were the people who lived in the country who had food. I had a dream yesterday and saw the leader of France and other people up high. Something is cooking. I believe you. I believe you. Y'all better, y'all remember the food line, government food line or getting is peanut butter, cheese, and meat in the can that says meat, crackers, and I don't know what else because I was a child. Wow. Yes, it is water. Why is being added to drinking water? New Mexico is marijuana friendly. Wants versus needs. Yes, seed, soil, and sunshine. Yup. Gotta keep up with the Joneses. Gotta live this lifestyle, and you ain't gonna be able to eat none of the material stuff that you got. If something were to happen, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be destroyed. You know, it's just, yeah. Go to the restaurant depot and get 50-pound bags. You get the same money worth. Yup. You need some pain made. Stock up because the doctor's not even going to work. To be at work to prescribe medication. Exactly. Perfection bacon. Hey. PNG, you back? The grocery stores don't have enough food for the whole city to last 2 days. Sure, don't. Nope. You're right, I see you. I stopped buying designer bags. Food and supplies are the most important things now. Yeah, I could, and you know, when I talk about that, I didn't never buy like those designer bags and stuff. But that was some things that I got off track and felt like I wanted it because, you know, it was cutesy and all this type of stuff, and you know, it was gonna look good with this, that, and that. But I cut that out a long time ago. I used to do the same thing. We all guilty of it, but at some point you get to realize, So I get you. I get what you're saying. Cash registers are not going to be open. Toxic clothes. You know what? And that's why I stopped buying from that other shop. And it was, everything is good, but I just feel like I'm not comfortable with it now. I don't do the Temu now because I'm just like, when I realize where it's coming from, most of it, I'm like, no, I don't think so. Especially with how everybody feel about everybody, how I was like, no, 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 no. I had to scale back. That's why I didn't order nothing else. I feel what you're saying. I get it. So true. I'm wearing a bad cause. People really waste money. Lord help me. Not at least. Yeah, anyone recommend dehydrated? Denise. I have a game winner dehydrator, and then I have a charred one. They both is great. When I first started dehydrating some years ago, I used the oyster from Walmart. It's a little expensive now. They don't went up on all that stuff. It used to be like $40. But the two I got though is one from Academy Sports. It's called the Game Winner, and then I have the charred one, and they works really really good. So yep, exactly. Exactly, Dragon Queen. You're right. I see you. Yep, I've heard the Excalibur is good too. Dragon Queen number one. Huh? Hmm? It's all right, Denise. And why I say my lane now is because then people did. Got you. Mo Love. Hey. Arkansas in the house. Brenda Smith. Oh wow, your brother know all the wild plants and he's bringing me some. They keep me full and I make tea and drink. Thank God for the wild plants. I understand. Peace of mind. I wanted dehydrated, but they was told it takes so much flavor away from the food. I mean, that's almost with anything. I've heard that with, if you don't freeze things right, if you don't do this, to me, it's fine. Look, you can always add more flavor if you dehydrate something that may happen to, but it's a good way to preserve food for a long time. Easy storage too. You're welcome, Denise. Good pressure canner. I don't have one of those, so I have water bath canner. Got you, May. Peace of mind. I don't have a freeze dryer. I have dehydrators. Yep. So y'all, I'm gonna go and get off of here because I need to go out here and get some stuff done. I pinned the channel to Amazing Grace. I pinned that link, so if y'all not on it, go over there. That where my garden stuff will be. So I will see y'all in the next one. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, okay? So yeah, make sure y'all stock up and do what you gotta do. Love y'all. Mwah. Bye.